Hello there. My name is David Woods Sr., and I, along with my sons, David Woods Jr. and Devin Woods, would like to invite you to join us for the next half hour as we present Dayton People. Now, it's a reality show that showcases people like yourself going about their everyday activities. So now, sit back, relax, and enjoy the program.
Hello there, this is David Woods Jr., producer of Dayton People. Dayton People is a reality show of women in Dayton, Ohio, going about their everyday activity. The show was created by me, David Woods Jr., my father, David Woods Sr., and my brother, Devin Woods. We would like for you to also check us out on YouTube and also check us out on other stations like the Christian stations and other stations. So we would like for you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the program. Thank you.
Oh there. I'd like to take this time to invite you and your family to join me for Dayton People. And I, along with my son, Devin Woods, would like to introduce you to some of the people of the Dayton area going about their everyday activities. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the program.
Well, my name is Dale Groh. I'm the volunteer coordinator at Dayton Access Television, DATV Channel 5, which is the station you're watching right now, watching Dayton People. And I had the privilege of getting to meet Derek one time. Derek and a friend of his came into DATV. My friend Andy and I were very interested in having Derek on doing his own live call-in television program, actually, because we really enjoyed listening to some of the insights and some of the real-life experiences that Derek shared here on Dayton People. I know a lot of the individuals on Dayton People are perceived maybe unjustifiably in a certain way that is very negative. Well, my impressions of Derek when I met him here at DATV, he was a gentleman, shook our hands, everything was yes sir, no sir, everything was very appropriate, very polite man. So, we're going to miss listening to Derek on Dayton People. Derek shared a lot of wisdom. He was very real with everything that he shared. And I'm sure, it's a great loss not only to his friends but his family. We send out we here, and I'm sure I could speak for everyone at DATV, send our condolences out to his family, his friends, and all that were close to him. Thank you, Derek, for all the wonderful memories you gave us right here on Dayton People.
David Woods Jr., producer of Derek. Derek was a fine individual. He was very funny when I filmed him. And me and my dad, we enjoyed his humor. He was a very funny man. He always had a smile. He was a very friendly guy. He always had very funny advice, but it was very true and to the point. He would be missed very much, and I'd like to him and his family to know that he got a lot of respect towards us, towards the people of the station, and towards the community. Derek will be missed. Thank you.
I'd like to say a few words about a very special person that I've known for 3 years, and his name is Derek Connor. He was the star of our program, Dayton People. And during those 3 years that I've known Derek, he impressed me as a man who told it like it was. He didn't play any games with you. What you saw was what you got. And Derek was a man with a great sense of humor. everyone who came in contact with him realized that this trait that he had was something that was very, very special. I know I'll miss him, as well as his family. For Derek Connor was a man who had a gift that made people smile and laugh. And Derek Connor will be greatly missed.
I'm Andy from DATV, independent filmmaker here in Ohio, and also work at DATV. I've helped David quite a bit when he's come in with his equipment from shooting Dayton People. So I've gotten to know a lot of the inside scoop on the shooting of Dayton People, and I've gotten to appreciate what's been going on with that, and gotten through the stories and watching the show to appreciate Derek as a storyteller and a raconteur, if you want to say, of the ghetto. The guy was a pretty interesting fella, and he had a way to tell a story. And so I think a lot of people liked watching Dayton People because they liked watching Derek, and liked to kind of follow him through the streets and through the houses and get to know what was going on out there in places they'd never got to see. And they like to listen to him. I think that is one of the reasons I like to look at the show. I like to listen to Derek and listen to how he'd just make up things on the spot and come up with some crazy stories and crazy anecdotes and crazy names for things. And, he had a way with words that it was pretty special, pretty fun, and it was definitely a way that made that show worth watching. I mean, not that the show isn't worth watching now; it'd always be worth watching, but he gave it a certain layer of fun, whereas sometimes the show could maybe get a little heavy. He always kept it light and kept it on the sort of fun tip, and so his stories were always appreciated. Around here at DATV, some of his more amusing and interesting phrases will live on. The smelling like mustard and things like that will often be repeated in these halls. So yeah, I'm sorry to hear about Derek, and sad to see him go. He was a young fella, and that's never good to see a young fella like that go before his time. But he's going to live on. He'll be on the show. These tapes will always be around. People will always be trading Dayton People out there. So the guy's not really gone. He's always going to be around on the show. So I do regret we never got the show online. We talked about wanting to do that. I think he would have become a superstar if he'd managed to get on the net. I think Derek would have gone well beyond just Dayton People. He would have been an international sensation with his stories. So I'm sorry to see the man go, but he lives on.
What was your best moments of this show?
Oh man, well, I don't know. There's a couple of different ones. It's hard to. They all sort of run together, but there was one that come running out of the house chasing some car. I can't remember what it was going on, but he come out there yelling at some car, and but then he would just turn back around to the camera and be like, "Oh, that was so and so," and then he would he'd get that big grin again and start. It was never very rough for very long, but like I said, some of his phrases and things are always going to be what we remember. There was him talking about. I don't want to get into too much of it. We're talking about the mustard and the toilet paper and some of his catchphrases, so we're going to remember that stuff. We did try to get him on a show here at DATV, but he never took us up on it. I don't know what was going on with that. So,
how did you feel about the shock when you found out he died?
It was very shocking. Like I said, he was a young man. How old was he, David?
39 going on.
39. I mean, that's my age. I mean, that's the same age as me. So that's shocking. It's never. That's always something you're surprised to hear. Yeah, it was shocking. Something that you don't expect. You always expect you to come in, David, every Monday with stories of Dayton People, and we always expect to hear something about Derek. And it's going to be sad now that we're not going to be hearing that anymore. So.
How did you feel about his advice he gave towards the females?
That was always part of the charm of the show. I don't know if I would call any of it good advice. It was amusing advice. He seemed to always have some women chasing after him on the show, so apparently it went to some higher truth that maybe I don't want to admit to, but it was part of what made the show amusing. I don't know if, like I said, I can call it good advice, but he seemed to always have something to say about it.
How about his rapping ability?
He liked to rap, but then everybody on Dating Peoples likes to rap. I mean, that's sort of a part of its charm too. It seems like you turn that camera on somebody and they're going to start rapping. But yeah, that was part of, once again, his storytelling ability. He had that power of the toast, as the old fellas used to call it, and so he definitely had that going on.
What do you got to say to his family? How do you feel about what they're going through?
I'm sad for his family. I'm deeply sorry to his family, and he had a lot of kids, and I think that's really sad that he's passed on, and and I feel for him. But I hope that they can take a little bit of comfort in knowing that there were a lot of people out there that loved the man through his show on TV, and that that there's some comfort out there that people will remember him.
If you could see Derek in the spirit, what would you say to him for all the accomplishments he did while he was here?
That that he should be proud of being on TV and talking his trash and making people smile, and that he did something good.
Hey, this is a sad day. We're coming to you today, bringing a special memoriam of our lost brother, well, our brother that's no longer with us. You know him as Derek, DC, a great man, great guy. He was good to all of us, kept a smile. I don't know if you can get a shot of this one, but that smile he got on his face every time you walk up to his house, he had that smile on him. He was a silly dude, so we're going to dedicate this show to Derek DC Connors. We miss you, dude. It was tragic, it was sudden, it was unexpected, so we miss you. His funeral was awesome, it was lovely. It seemed like something that he would throw together himself, and that he would be, he would be at. We filming this episode in my house. Something that he would do. I don't usually do this, so this is my house, Don't try to break in, because you will get shot. You will get shot. I got a lot of haters out there that just hate me, jealous of me, because they ain't me. They look down on me like, I'm just despicable scum of the earth, and I'm not. They're lazy bums, they losers, and all that. So there's a lot of people that hate me. And Derek's situation, he never did. He never hated me. He treated me like a man at all times. He was silly with me. He's like my brother. He's my nephew's father. He was always good. I got him his break on this show. I'm the reason why he was on this show.